Hello everyone and welcome to Lovella's Coloring. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I am finally recording and sharing with you my completed colorings video. I believe the last time I did this kind of video was in July, so all of the colorings that I'm going to be sharing is from August to January. And I didn't color that much each month because it's been so busy, and I actually put all of these books into a small basket, and it's finally so full that I couldn't fit any more coloring books in there. So I decided I needed to finally do this video, so hopefully it won't be too long, but most of all I hope you guys enjoy seeing what I've colored since August. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and clear off this desk and we will go ahead and get started. And I'm going to be starting off with Bottled Treasures Mosaic Color by Number Adult Coloring Book. This is by Alice Mills Publishing, and it has the premium paper edition. So this is a coloring book that I wanted to complete last year in 2023, and I was able to. I just don't remember when I completed it, but I left this tag here thinking maybe that's where I left off, but it says I completed it in July, so I'm not sure if I shared it in the July video. But this is Buck Silhouette, then Bottled Bouquet, Moon Phases, Bottled Up Thoughts. This one says Thinking of You. Here we have Lavender Flight, Circus Thrills, cute. And the last one is Packed Pansies. So yeah, so happy to finally finish this one and have at least one book completed last year. This is the only Alice Mills book that I have. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get another one, maybe not now, because I'm kind of putting myself on a no buy for Amazon coloring books, and I do have other color by number books that I want to try to finish off too, so I'm going to pick one of them to try to finish off this year. So again, this is the Bottled Treasures Mosaic Color by Number by Alice Mills Publishing. And here I have another color by number coloring book. This one has 100 pages and it has the seasons, so it's spring, summer, winter, and autumn. It has black backgrounds, and this is by Sun Life Drawing. I forgot to share this in my haul last month, but yeah, I actually purchased this in September, so yeah, it's just been hiding. I think it was downstairs in the cart by the dining table, so I never got to share it last month, but I did color two in here while it was downstairs. Colored this page with the window and some snow and birds, and then here with a couple of dogs. Very cute. I just used alcohol markers from a variety of brands. So this is the 100 Colored by Number coloring book by Sun Life Drawing. I have one more Color by Number book. This is the Disney Hachette Heroes Le Grand Classique Tome 2, and I colored my first page in here, so I went for Color Your Horde, and I did it as a buddy color with my very sweet and lovely friend Amanda. I'll go ahead and put her lovely picture on this side, and I believe she did the Aristocats. So we both picked our page by picking out a Disney book and coloring the 41st page. I believe we colored it for her birthday, and so I picked this book to color in, and it ended up being Percy from Pocahontas, and I wanted to use my budget pencils to color this in, so I used Black Widow and Color colored pencils. The background is done with Arteza Kids gel sticks, and then the black lines I do after all of the coloring is the Black Posca. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I just had to choose my colors from the 2 sets. I think I used 2 sets because there were some colors that I didn't find in one, but I was able to find in the other. But yeah, really like how it came out. So this is my Percy from Pocahontas, and Amanda, thank you so much for a fun buddy color. So again, this is the Le Grand Classique Tome 2, the Disney Hatchet Hero coloring book. Okay, so I don't have my colorings in order of when I colored them. I just stacked it from, well, I'm sharing it from the biggest to the smallest, so there's going to be a mix of like Halloween and Christmas all together. So this one is Coloring Heaven Halloween Special issue 41, and I colored my first page in here, which is an illustration by Enis Guerrero, and it's called Gray Witch. So I colored her in a gray outfit, and then yeah, then the autumn colors with the pumpkins and the leaves and the mushroom. So for this page, I used Ohuhu brush markers to base it, and then I colored the illustration in with Faber-Castell Polychromos. The background, I also did with alcohol markers, but I used Distress ink to add the darker side, the darker edges, and then white Prismacolors and white Uniball Signo to line the butterfly, her little ruffles, and then also silver Uniball Signo gel pens that you can see as the stitching. So this is my Gray Witch by Enis Guerrero from the Coloring Heaven Halloween Special, issue 41. I have another Coloring Heaven. This is the collection version called Christmas Traditions. It has illustrations by Fabiana Attanasio. So in this magazine, I think we're kind of starting a tradition now. This is the second page I did as a buddy color with the lovely Sandra. We did 2 years ago. Let me see if I can find a page right here. We did this page 2 years ago, and so this is the page that we did just this last December, and I'll go ahead and share her beautiful coloring on this side. So maybe it's going to become a tradition. Maybe we'll do another one this year in December. So thank you so much, Sandra, for a fun buddy color in this magazine. So this illustration is called Post Your Christmas Cards Before the Last Post. And with this page, I based it with Ohuhu markers. The colored pencils I used are the Black Widow and Prismacolor. Then for embellishments, a lot of white Posca, a little bit of silver and gold Posca, and then some Sakura Stardust on her scarf. I don't know if you can see it shimmering. The background I did with pencil, which I haven't done for a while, and so I just built her a little forest in the background over there. And yeah, so this is my completed coloring in Christmas Traditions, the Coloring Heaven Collection magazine. Illustrations by Fabiana Attanasio. And this is another Christmas coloring. This is Silent Night. I actually did not finish this until January, so yeah, I was slowly working through it, but didn't get a lot of it done till last month. This is a book that I've been doing a buddy color every year with my very good friend Kel. I don't know if he was able to finish his, so I'll go ahead and put his up here if he did. But we've been doing a page every year, I think, for the past 4 years. So I can't remember if it's our first or our second one, but we did the snowman, and what else? We did Santa, lots of Wing Stella on that one, and then we did a cake one back here. Well, I think it's a cake with my chocolate village. And then this was for last year, December. This was the page that we picked to buddy color in. And so, yes, we got the snowman. You can see I put a lot of Zig Winkostella on the snow. And I colored the little fairies the same. I used the same colors, and I'm going to continue using it for the rest of the book. But for this one, I did use Ohuhu brush markers, and for pencils, I used Tombow Erosion and Prisma colored pencils. And I did use Copic for the fairies, I think, or for their wings. And then lots of white Posca on the snow and their wings of these little pink thingies. I don't know what they are. The little globs with wings. But yeah, so this is another page done in Mardel Rubio's Silent Night Christmas coloring book. I can't remember if I said it earlier, but everyone that I mentioned in this video, I'm going to make sure that I leave a link to their Instagram and their YouTube channel if they have it. So please check out their galleries and channels. So here I have Witches by Coco Wayo. I finally did my first coloring in here. So another Color Horde coloring. I colored this lovely witch. I wanted her to be in pastel, but then I believe it was during the fall or Halloween time, so I still wanted like orange and yellow leaves. But I think mostly I want her to stand out. So I based this with Ohuhu brush markers, and then for pencils I used the Kohinoor Polycolor, and for the magical fumes coming out of the pot, I did put some Zig Wink of Stella to make it shimmery, and then white Posca to cover the black lines. And the outside here is some, oh gosh, what is it? A gelato. Some pearl color gelato to put all around here. It might have been gelato or the Crayola pearl ones. I can't remember. I didn't write it down. But then I also used stickles for the stars and around the magic ball to have it stick out a little bit. But yeah, so this is my first coloring in Witches by Coco Wayo. And here is the 50 Festive Themed Miniatures coloring book by Camellia Angelkova. And in this book, I did another buddy color with my lovely friend Amanda. And I will go ahead and share with you her beautiful coloring on this side. Thank you so much for another fun buddy color, Amanda. And yeah, this is my first page, so it also went for Color Horde. I just can't remember when I did it. I think December. I can't remember if it's December or January. But yeah, so happy to get my first page done in here. It's super adorable. So as always with Amazon coloring books, I use a base of Ohuhu brush markers, and with pencils I use the Black Widow colored pencils, and for embellishments I used white Posca, and then on the snow there is Zig Wink of Stella for a little bit of shimmer, and then stickles right here and on the lights. And I did draw in my own border for this page. So yes, so that is my first page from 50 Festive Themed Miniatures by Camellia Angelkova. And here I have Matchstick Mouse, a floral coloring book by Morgan O'Brien. I did another buddy color in here with Judith. We've done several in this book, and so I'll go ahead and put her lovely coloring on this side. Thank you, Judith, for a fun buddy color. And yes, so this is my page here. I think I continued with the purple hat. Yeah. But so for this one, again, Ohuhu brush markers with Black Widow colored pencils to shade it in. Used white and silver Posca. I think the silver was only in the spoon. And then some Sakura metallic somewhere. Not sure where it went. Oh, on this little thing right here. So yeah, so this is my buddy color with Judith. from Matchick Mouse, a floral coloring book by Morgan O'Brien. And here is The Night Voyage by Daria Song. I was finally able to complete my double page spread that I've had as a WIP for almost 3 years, I think. I started off with the background. I was using Crayola colored pencils and it was just taking forever. And then finally this year, I was supposed to do this as a buddy color and I haven't heard from my buddy. I think I DM'd her, but I didn't hear anything back. I'm not sure if I missed her message or anything. I have to check again, but I hope she's okay because I haven't heard from her for a long time. So I ended up going ahead and finishing because I told her, and I think I said it to myself, that I was going to finish it by the end of the last year. So I was able to finish this. I stopped using Crayola colored pencils and switched to Prismacolor Premier colored pencils. And then as you can see, a majority of the presents are washi tape. I did learn from this side, because this is where I started, that I should shade in the background first before I put in tape, because I can't color on top of this type of tape. It's too slick. And so I kind of ripped up the paper here a little bit trying to take out the tape, but for the rest of it I was able to add in the shading first before I put in the tape. Over here, the presents on this underneath the train, I did not use washi tape. I just colored it in with pencils because it was just too much little space to fiddle in to cut. I'd rather have these big sections to cut. It's a lot easier. And here's the cat and the little girl looking out the window. I did color her hair and the cat the same as this page, so I'm gonna try to use the same colors throughout this book when I come back. I don't know when because this double page spread took me a while, but I am so happy to finally get this done. I also added some Sakura Stardust in here. Did I add anything else? I think that's it. So yeah, I think a fine liner on this one, on the black for the clock, so it can pop out. And then yeah, so that is my double page spread, finally completed after, I'm thinking 3, I might be wrong, it might be 4 years of being a WIP. So this is The Night Voyage by Daria Song. And here I have Hannah Carlson's, what is this called? Stories from the City Among the Stars. And I actually was working on this page. This is my first page, so it went for Color Your Hoard. I had this open for like ever. I did the background first, and I think I shared it in one of the Color Your Hoard videos I did. But yeah, it was always open downstairs where I was coloring, and throughout my parents' visit in October. And so I forgot which book I was coloring in, and there was a lot of witch themes, so I was picturing her to be a witch, so she's using her magic powers to fly. And I think I was using like a color palette from Elmcolors. I can't remember. She had like different themes throughout the month of October, I believe, for witches. But yeah, very, very happy with how this turned out. So here it is. So the background, I used watercolors, and it is the Sakura Koi watercolor set. And I followed a tutorial on YouTube. If I can find it, I'll put it down in the video description, and hopefully I can put up the name up here on the screen. And then for pencils, I use both Derwent Light Fast and Derwent Pro Color. For the border here, it is black Posca, and then some silver uniball signal, a lot of splattering from the Dr. PH Martin bleed proof white, and then white Posca and white uniball signal for the wings. So yes, very happy with how this turned out, and glad to have one done in this book. So yeah, I thought I was coloring in the Witches Cottage, but this is the Stories from the City Among the Stars. And so this is by Hannah Carlson. My next coloring is in this beautiful Japanese coloring book. I believe it's called Rabbit's Fairy Tale Fantasy Coloring Book. It is by Kotoli, and I did my first coloring in here. So it was for Color Your Horde, and it's also buddy color with my friend Kelly. I'll go ahead and share with you his wonderful coloring on this side. So beautiful. I just remember how he colored his background. It just pulled the whole page together. It's just so beautiful. So thank you so much, Kelly, for doing this buddy color with me and getting me to color my first page in this very beautiful book. So with my page, I used pencils. With pencils, it takes me a while to complete, but I really love how this page turned out. I use Holbein's colored pencils, and I actually am missing a step. I was planning to use the Holbein melts to blend out the bottle here because I just got it and I wanted to try it out. This is a Holbein colored pencil blender. You just use a brush, dip it in this liquid here, and then blend out the colors. So I wanted to try that, but I was just so happy to finish that I totally forgot about it. But I'm still happy with the way it turned out and to finally have a first page colored in this book. So for embellishments, I just used some gold Posca somewhere. It says I use, oh, on here on the string. It's hard to find. Right here on the string. And then some white uniball signal on the pearls right over there. And yeah, so that is my first page colored in Kotoli's Rabbit Fairy Tale Fantasy Coloring Book. Next is the coloring calendar by Grazia Salvo. This is her 2019 calendar, and I've been trying to finish this one, but I have 2 illustrations left. The first one, which I keep forgetting about, and December's. I was not able to get to this in December or January. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get to it this month, but I do want to at least finish this calendar this year, so try to find time throughout this year to get these 2 pages done. But I did finish November. So with this one, it was a base of Ahuhu markers, and then for pencils I used the Faber-Castell Polychromos, and then I also used some Prismacolor Premier, I think for the black for her hair. And then the gold is the Kuretake Gansai Tambi, and I was just only going to do the frame in gold, but then I accidentally splattered this on her, so after I finished I just went ahead and splattered everywhere as if it's like gold snow. So yeah, and then the outside part is all black Posca. Then I also finished October. So with this one, I used alcohol markers. I can't remember because I based it a couple years ago and just did not finish it. So this was a whip for a while. For pencils, I did use the Color colored pencils, and then just a little bit of white uniball signal for her lips. This was a lot of fun to do. And I think, oh, just, yeah, a couple more. Hold on. So this one is September. I can't remember if I showed this. Yeah, yeah, I think September. So September, a base of Ahuhu markers. And then for pencils, I used both the Caran d'Ache Luminance and Prismacolor. And then background is black Posca and black acrylic. So I think this was a whip from 2 years ago also. So yeah, glad to have those couple of pages done. Just 2 more and then this one is done. So this one is Grazia Salvo's coloring calendar. Next I have a small postcard book. Let me go ahead and zoom you in a little bit. And this is by Erie. This is the 12 Months of Dreaming Country postcard book. And I colored a card in here to send to Jody, who is known as J.I. Colorist. And I'll see if I can post the coloring right over here. And with that, I used the Prismacolor Premier colored pencils. I used some Kuretake Starry watercolors, I believe on her dress, some gold and white Posca, white Uniball Stigno, and Dr. Peach Martin Bleed Proof White for snow. So yeah, that is my coloring in Erie's 12 Months of Dreaming Country postcard coloring book. And I have here Art Therapy Le Petit Carré, and I don't know how that is pronounced, but I believe it's hairballs or fur balls. It is illustrations by Diane Dufour. I have 3 colorings in here. One I just finished this month and I'm gonna try not to share it, but my first page is, oh my gosh, sorry, they're so close together, is this page right over here. And I use Prismacolor Premier colored pencils, and then the gold leaves on the blanket is Kuretake Gansai Tampi Starry Color watercolors, and also on the wreath. And then the other golds are the gold Posca. I also have it down here in the teapot and on the books. Yeah, so this is my first page, so I went for Color Your Hoard. And then the second page I did in here was one that I completed last month, and it was only one of 2 that I finished last month in January. So this is a buddy color with the lovely Sandra. So let me go ahead and put up her beautiful coloring on this side. We both had the same idea with the blue jacket and then the black cat under the scarf. Super cute. Thank you, Sandra, for another fun buddy color. And we are hosting a color along for this book. We picked out a page, but I already finished it. So I'm going to go ahead and put up the illustration up here. So if you have this book and you'd like to join along, just color this page and then add this hashtag up on the screen. I'll have the hashtag down below and also the link to the post from Sandra's Instagram. So definitely, if you can join us, I hope you do. That is the page that we'll be coloring. So for my page, I used again Prismacolor Premier colored pencils. The background, I did start off with Distress ink. Decided to add some gelatos on top because I wasn't happy with the Distress ink, and then even with the gelatos I didn't like how it looks, so I pulled out my acrylics, mixed up this very light sky blue for the background, and also used it to try to glue together. I don't know if it worked, this rip over here. I do have tape on the other side to keep it together, but so far yeah, hopefully it doesn't rip anymore. But I also used some silver Uniball Signo for the stars, some white Uniball Signo, and white Posca for the lines on the scarf, hat, and this thingy, I forgot what that's called. And then the splattering is Posca and the Dr. Peach Martin Bleed Proof White, I believe, or it could just be white acrylic, I can't remember. So yeah, this is my second coloring in Fur Balls by Diane Dufour and Art Therapy Le Petit Carré. Next is a coloring from Welcome to the Forest by Morgan O'Brien. This is a free coloring book that I believe you still can get through his Coffee. If I can find the link, I will leave it down below in the video description. So I printed this out, and it is a buddy color with the very lovely Sofia. This is our first buddy color together, and also my first coloring in any Animal Crossing illustration. So yeah, I really love the way she colored her page, the beautiful color palette that she used. So thank you so much, Sofia, for buddy coloring with me. And so I never played Animal Crossing. My kids do, my sister does, but yeah, I've never played it before. But I do know that there are several, or just many different characters. So I looked up all the different characters to see if I can see who these two are, and by the outfits I did match it to be Aurora and Wendy, so that's how I colored them as. And yeah, it was so much fun to color this illustration. So this is based with Ohuhu, and I used colored pencils to shade it all in, a little bit of gold Posca, and then I have some stickles in here. I think that's it. Yeah, stickles. Oh, it looks like some white uniball signal or something on the flowers. But yeah, so this is my first coloring in Welcome to the Forest by Morgan O'Brien. I do have more PDFs for you, and these are illustrations from Holiday Sprites. I do have all 3 volumes, and so I don't know from which one these 3 came from, but I just have to slip them back into their sleeves. But this is illustrations by AuroraWings, or she's also known as Mitzi-Sato Wiuff. And so for all the books and PDFs, I will try to leave links for if you're interested in looking them up. They will be down below in the video description. So I'll start off with this. I colored all of them with Copic markers. I just brought my bag of Copics downstairs, and then this little little booklet with all of the cut up PDFs to color in, and I picked this one. Super cute. I believe I used a color palette for this one, probably from Amanda Colors. And then so you can see I added Zigwink of Stella on the red portions, and then some white Posca on the fur, and I think that's it. Yeah, so she is Candy Cane Sprite. And then here is Christmas Tree Sprite. You can see all the stickles that I used for the ornaments. Again, Copic, and I think that's it. So yeah, so this one is the Christmas Tree Sprite, and then here is the Penguin Sprite, which I did for another color along, and this one has a little bit of Zigwink of Stella on the hat and scarf. And yeah, so those are the 3 I colored, I believe in December, from Holiday Sprites by AuroraWings or Mitzi-Sato Wiuff. And in this booklet, I have illustrations by Chris Ryniak, the Morning Scribbles digital coloring book. I've been trying to color in here. I don't get to it all the time. It's for a color along that is run by Disney Meg's Coloring and Amanda Colors. So there's some that I did not get to share. I think this one is one that I did not share. I don't think I posted this one either. Can't remember. And these 2. So this one is from August. They're all done with Copic markers. I don't think I added any other embellishment. This too was done downstairs whenever I can get a chance to sit down. This one was November's illustration for the color along. And I think that's the only 3. Yeah. And I pulled out the one for February, so hopefully I can get to that one. So that again is from, sorry, Chris Ryniak's Morning Scribbles digital coloring book. Next, I have the small Chris Ryell 100 Hugs book. It's not a coloring book, but we in the coloring community want to use it as a coloring book. It just has such adorable illustrations. I wanted to color this one too, but did not get around to it. But I did get this little gnomes here. They were done with Prismacolor with a little bit of Uniball Signa white, Zigwing Compostela on their hats and vests. I don't know if you can see it, but it's there. And some Crayola cream sticks for the background. It's a little shimmery, a slight shimmer. But yeah, that was the only page I got to color in Chris Ryell's 100 Hugs. And the last book I'm going to share with you is from Lynn. This is Enchanted Faces. I have the pocket-sized coloring book, and this is a book that I am joined with a lot of wonderful and lovely women. I think we use the hashtag Enchanted Faces group, and we are all trying to eventually complete this book. So it's not one where we kind of like push, you know, like we have to finish it. It's when you can finish it and stuff. So whatever page is up for the month, we try to color that one. So I have 5 that I colored sometime between August and January. I'm not sure when it was. So the first of the 5 is Taya, and colored with Ohuhu brush markers, and used Black Widow colored pencils to color her in, shade her, some white Posca, stickles you can see sparkling on her gloves and her pin, some gold Posca, and some Zigwing Compostela on her tail. So yes, so this one is Taya. And then another one that I complete is this one. This is Envy. And I believe I used the same pencils because I think I based them all at the same time and tried to color at least this one and the other one. So Ohuhu markers and Black Widow colored pencils with some Sakura Stardust on her hair. And then some either Gelato or the Crayola Pearlescent. Can't remember. And some white Posca. That is Envy. And then I have another one here. This is Wendy's Walrus. Again, Ohuhu brush markers as a base. For pencils, I use both Derwent Lightfast and Derwent Pro Color. And for her hair, you can see it's shiny. That is all Sakura Stardust. I have some white Posca on the bubbles and on her tail and on the pearls. And then some Zigwing Compostela for some shimmer. So that is Wendy's Walrus. And here is Natsumi. And shoot, let me see what I used on hers. So for Natsumi, I used Ohuhu brush markers and then Color colored pencils with some white Posca on her eyes and then some gold Posca for little details. And that is Natsumi. And some gold gel pen on the border. And then one more that was completed is Autumn. I really love how she looked. I like the dark burgundy red. And so this is again based with Ohuhu. And then for pencils I use Pablo or Caran d'Ache Pablo's Zigwing Compostela for her red outfit, white Posca on her eyes and little details on her face, and glitter gel pen on the border. So yeah, so I think that is yeah, that's the one that I did earlier this month. I got finished in the beginning of the month. It was for January, but I didn't finish it until this month. I started this one for February. Still have to finish her. I just based her. I'm using a color palette. I forgot from whom. I have to look that up. And then another one, another color palette, but also for the pink hair, pink lipstick. And I think this one is also for red hair, red lipstick. And then the pages that I have left is this one here, and this one. So hopefully this year is going to be the year when this book is complete. So this is Enchanted Faces, pocket-sized coloring book by Hannah Lynn. I do have a couple more Hannah Lynn's to share, but they are PDF. And they are from the coloring journal that I used to have. I kind of stopped doing this. I've been so busy I haven't been able to really keep up with it, and it was too much for me to just build each page. So last time was July, so here is August. This is the calendar from Hannah Lynn's Patreon, and this is actually the illustration that she gave out the year before. So from 2022 I used all of the calendars from that year for 2023. So this is called Supply Shopping. And then for September, this one right here. They are all alcohol based with whatever pencils I was using at the time, and then embellishments that you can see is probably glitter gel pen and white Posca. And here is October. Here's November. And I was so busy I was not able to put December, and it was still it wasn't cut up yet. I actually had to search for it because I could not remember where I left it since I moved around my coloring room, because my son is now sleeping in our room, so I had to make room. And just, yeah, so I still have a lot of organizing to do in my area. But yeah, so this is December. And yeah, like I said, organization here I'm still trying to do. I think I have it set up the way I want. I just don't like how my lights are right now. So I hope this video is okay with where the lights are at the moment, but it's the best I can do with the way my room is set up. So I just want to share very quickly a coloring that I did on Procreate. I'll be right back. Okay, so here I did do a coloring on Procreate that I finished sometime, I think in December. I was playing with it, trying to play with all the different brushes. I'm still learning. I still have my layers are all here. I haven't compressed them or anything like that, but it takes me a while because I don't do this very often. So when I do, I end up having to look up YouTube videos to relearn how to do the layers and the clip, the masking clip. I think that's what it's called. The clipping mask. So yeah, so it's something I'm still learning. It takes me forever to finish this. I think I've been working on this for like 3 months. So that's one coloring that I completed. And then I started this Deborah Mueller one, did not finish it, so I'll probably go back to that. And this one by Mandy Manzano, still working on this one. I think I was just playing around with it one night. And then for my organization with coloring, I'm trying to get organized. So I spent a lot of January building something for good notes for me to use, which is this notebook for my coloring books. So it's for me to do my coloring book library. So here I separate it into sections: Amazon printed coloring books, Coloring Heaven, so on, so on, so on. I made sure to put up PDF books, and I want to make sure I list that so I can see it. But I've been wanting to put it together. I think I have a spreadsheet, but I haven't finished that. I have books, but that takes forever to write in. And then I also, I think I downloaded some free apps to use, but then some of them to build your library, you're gonna have to pay, and I actually want to see the pictures in mine, so that's why I made this little notebook for me to log all of my coloring books. So I started here, and so everything is linked. They have their own page. So yeah, I worked a lot on this. I had to cut it down because it was too big, so hopefully my collection will fit in here. So here is Mysterious Faces. I do have a flip through here. So this one, through Good Notes, this is the app I'm using, you're able to link anything in your notebook. So here I linked this to bring me to my video, which I will stop. So that is the video there, and then my book tracker. So I did one page here, so it's notes and the mediums I've used in this book, and here is the page that I colored. So I like how you can zoom it in and it's so clear, but there's enough to put 24 colorings. So I also have this linked, and this is going to go straight to my Instagram. So if I ever really want to find out what I used, I can look at my posts, because usually I write down what I use for each of the colorings. And yeah, so I've been working on this. It's taking a while, so I have it separated into pages. Here's another page of coloring books. So I'm slowly entering it in, and then like putting the book tracker, the information, and I do have another tab for series, so I can put all of, like, let's say Kirby Rosanna's book, so I don't have to have all the separate ones. I just link on that, and I can have it over here listed, and then I can also link it to the page through GoodNotes. So I'm still checking out to see if there's anything I messed up in, because I did have to do the links, hyperlinks for the notebook in Keynotes before I uploaded it into GoodNotes. And here I have the trackers, my works in progress, books to complete, color your hoard. I haven't put anything in there yet. Color your hoard, completed colorings. I wanted to start a list of what I've colored in books that I had my first coloring in. So for color your hoard, and I'm not sure with this PDF list yet, because I already have a library where I'm going to put the PDFs in for the PDF books. So it might just be, oh well, actually it's over here, PDF list right here for probably single or individual PDFs that I can keep a track of over here. And then notebooks, just in case I need more space to make more pages for coloring books, or maybe if I want to list all of my Christmas coloring books, I can have it here, all Christmas, all Easter, all Halloweens or something. So it's still one that I am trying to see if it's working out, if there's any mistakes in here. So hopefully no mistakes, and I do want to share it if I can. So yeah, it's gonna be a process trying to put my books in here. Probably take all year to finish it. So yeah, so this is my, what's it, coloring, what do I call it, coloring book journal, but it's really for my coloring book collection. And then here I have my coloring notebook. The cover looks like this. This is the cover. I just downloaded this one from Etsy. I didn't feel like creating it. Plus this was super cute. I even downloaded the stickers, and it was on sale. I think the whole notebook was like $5, and the stickers I was given extra discount, so I think it was like $2 each or $1 each. So I just got 6 to use in my thing. And then so I made one notebook, which is coloring inspirations. Each of these colors are a notebook, and you can build it up using all the different pages. So different kinds that you can use, different setups. I just used one, which is, I think, this one, and it was for coloring inspirations. So here is pages that I want to color. So I have like Creative Haven, Enchanted Faces, so on, so on, so on. And these are ones that I've already started, I based, and just needs to finish. And so the rest of these are books to pull out once I finish something up here. And I highlighted or put in different colors, ones that are whips, buddy colors, books to finish, color your hoard. This one is the wrong color. But yeah, so that is one. Then my little inspiration page for each of the illustrations that I'm coloring. So this one I used a color palette, and it was for Disney Meg's coloring. And this one is another mandala from the same book, and it's for Amanda Colors, her color along. This one is actually done already, so I put the done right there. These are the two Lynns that I'm going to color. This one is the whip. I think I shared it in one of my videos, so hoping to finish that. This one is done, so probably post that in a bit. I did base this one, so this is a buddy color with Amanda, and then have extra pages for any other coloring. So this is just basically to keep a track of and to remember like my little visions for that page. So this one I already have like the colors for Carl. Is that his name? I can't remember. I'm thinking Carl. If it's wrong, I'll put it up here, his correct name. But from Up, and it's for, I believe, Disney Meg's colorings, color along. But yeah, I just wanted to share that really quick. I'm sorry if this video is so long. So if you're still here and still watching, thank you so much. And I think that is it. I'm just gonna stop right here. So apparently I was not recording, so I have to repeat everything that I said, and hopefully I remember. But I also want to share the Coloring Journal 2024. This is one that I purchased through my friend Sandra, who's known as Colorful Diary 2018 on Instagram, and think Colorful Diary here on YouTube. And she put this and made this coloring journal. And so I am using it this year to keep up with all of the color alongs each month. I was not able to do January's because it was just so busy. By mid-month, I haven't started anything in here. I did start, but then I was all like, oh, it's already, I didn't really have any colorings done, just the buddy colors. So I did not even enter anything in there, but I did put all of the year-long color alongs. I try to join as many color alongs as I can. Just, you know, really appreciate everyone that are hosting. So I want to make sure that I list them all, just in case the coloring that I'm doing will fit their criteria for their color along. So this has 3 pages here. This is the buddy color list. 3 of them are buddy colors. The other 3 are just like whips and the book that I wanted to color in, which I also listed in my iPad. But I'm gonna continue this as a journal. Oh, this is my finished pages. So my journal for keeping up with the color alongs. I don't really use the calendar that much. I noticed that from my journals that I did last year, so I'm just cutting it down. And then I do want to eventually like end up just using the iPad for all of my coloring stuff, but I am still using journals for like my coloring list of what I used on the page. So I still keep up with that. That's one thing that I'm gonna continue using for journals. But everything else, I do want to eventually just push it off towards the iPad, which will help me feel a lot more organized. It's a lot more visual for me so I can see it. But yeah, so if you guys been watching for this long up to this part, I thank you so much. um I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the colorings that I've done from August to January. There's it seems like a lot right now, but really it was like little pages each month. In August, I don't think I even finished one. They were all pretty much whips. And so uh yeah, I hope to come back with another video this month. I want to try to share like what books I am coloring for Color Your Hoard. I've been trying to see if I can do that kind of video last year, but I did not get to it. So hoping to find some time this year and maybe this month if I can. I do want to try to continue doing the flip throughs of my books, but then I'm like, there's some books that are not even available on Amazon anymore, and some are just really so hard to find, so I'm not even sure if I should even share those. But yeah, that's still in my mind if I should do or not. But anyways, I will let you guys go. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will see you all in my next video. Please take care, keep safe. I'm sending you all so much hugs and love. I hope you all know how much I appreciate you guys for supporting my channel and just watching it and just being here. So please take care. Happy colorings, my friends. Bye bye.